Cause I don't know how fake feel, nigga. Cause all my life I've been a real nigga.
What's good with y'all? It's Face the Real. You know what it is, and it may sound like it, but there's no malice in my intent. That's real. Before I begin, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and drop a like now so you don't forget later. I appreciate it. Now on to the video. The word friendship lost its meaning over the years. A lot of people will call you their friend if you click with them in a few conversations and hang out with them and maybe eventually grow in a family. Sometimes, the presence of someone doesn't equate to nothing more than an associate, and that's all. People can be extremely close and fall out over nonsense. I'm at the stage in my life where I really am not interested in forming new bonds and just want to have surface level relationships with people. I feel as though that is the safest route in keeping oneself from becoming distracted from their own life, or closing the ability for people to get too close to hurt you. That sounds so weak, but hear me out. I am a very genuine person. If I love you or I have love for you, I will be there for you the best way that I can. Sometimes this comes at a cost that I cannot afford. For example, staying up late listening to someone vent to me about their problems while potentially talking them out of suicide. Becoming a taxi for a friend that lost their car due to issues with it, some kind of accident, or simply getting a repo due to struggling badly financially. When I look at all the things I have done for people over the years, it makes me wonder if I was either stupid or just lacking life experience to assert boundaries. Either way, this left me drained and I have nobody to blame but myself. Over time, I gradually took the word friend out of my vocabulary and just placed people into two categories: family or associate. The word friend means that you are cool and all, but you are not my family. But don't be offended because I value you more than an associate. It just seems like it's a gray area when it comes to relationships, and anything can happen if you let the gray area expand to the black and white areas. I hope you all follow me. At this stage in my life, I do not get close to a lot of people due to my own personal boundaries. This has made it far easier for me to differentiate family and associate. Associates are merely people that I know of, and vice versa. We may be cool enough to have some conversations with one another or be at mutual gatherings getting along, but that's about as far as it goes. Associates are basically people that I'm cool with, but they aren't anywhere near being called family. This isn't meant to be offensive, since if I actually remember your name and stamp you as an associate, then I have love for you. I just won't go out of my way for you unless I have it in me that day respectfully. Family is deep to me. I'll lay down and let someone unalive me from my family. Family is deeper than blood and relatives through some kind of marriage, since I look at this as essential people in my life. Essential people means, for me specifically, someone that I will always make sure they're good. For example, I could have had to work later on in the day, and I'll wake up early just to make sure I have time to help family move. If you hit me and you need money, if I have it, then I got you. No questions asked. But I may ask what it's for, but I do not expect nor want a deep explanation, as I know it's going to a good place. If I hear someone talking bad about you outside of my family, I will check them and potentially fight over your name. Loyalty isn't even a question when it comes to family, and not only does it become a lifestyle for me, but I also have no choice. That's family to me. Family to me has limited chances, but you give them room to make mistakes. I am willing to talk through any issue with family as long as they show that they are willing to as well. Family is not easily cut off, and every time I have to, I always grieve because that means I must either love them from a distance or go complete no contact. Either way, it's always something I try to avoid, and I hate doing, but will do so for my own sanity. Now, the word friend is strange to me in comparison to the words associate and family. This is because friends typically do not know their place, so there's room for them to stretch and breathe in the gray area. Basically, they will try to have you treat them like family, but their energy isn't exactly deserved. What do I mean by this? Well, associates tend to know their associates. They usually do not jump out the window and claim that they are your friend or family. And because of this unsaid understanding, they are just cool people to, well, associate with. Also due to this, they tend to ask far less favors that go out of your way. For example, if you're already hanging with them, they might ask for your help to move one piece of furniture across the room. However, they rarely will ask you to drop everything and help them with something big. If they do, there's usually some type of money or service offered, so associates are in the black area. Family is basically going above and beyond as needed to make sure they prosper while being selfless about it. Usually, when I help my family with something, I expect the payment is loyalty and nothing else. Seriously, as long as they do right by me, I'll do right by them and make sure they are always good. That's just how I am. Family is in the white area. However, Friends will tend to leverage their friendship to you to pressure you to do things they want you to do. Don't get me wrong. Some friends are cool people, but a lot of cool people aren't permanent people. So you could be caught up in a jam with a person you would have fell out with a few years later anyway. But now, you stuck with a situation on your jacket, and depending on how deep it is, it could ruin your life. Friends tend to put you in these life-altering situations when it comes to relationships. This is because they merely like you or want to use you for whatever reason. They also are quick to throw the trust card out there for their own personal benefit. Family does not have the balls to put you in vulnerable situations for the most part, and associates wouldn't dare to unless it was an obvious setup. Friends tend to not care about your well-being in the long run. When I say long run, I don't mean next year or the year after. I'm not even talking about 5 years or even a decade. I'm speaking on when you have a head full of gray hair and nearly everyone you call a friend is nowhere to be found. I have bent over backwards for friends over the years, and my repayment was a swift kick in the ass when my guard was down. Every single time. It's my fault, since I used to be too trusting, so I blame myself for being as vulnerable as I was, real talk. Associates and family have kicked me in the ass as well over the years. What? You say I'm not making any sense? Well, let me explain. I had a very outdated way of thinking when it comes to differentiating between friends, family, and associates. Family would only be reserved to those related to me even through marriage. Friend is someone that had potential to be family, but technically wasn't. An associate would just be someone cool I knew the name of. However, I have had blood and had family spit on my face over the years. So, that skewed the word for me big time. It had me open up to who I would call family. Basically, we don't have to be related to family since it's all about your character plus the bond we share. I have had friends betray me over the years, and then made me look like the bad guy when I checked them in person. I have had friends steal from me, use me to discard me, try to take my girl behind my back, and basically just always smile in my face while talking bad about me behind my back. Real coward shit. Well, anyway, I have had associates basically talk to me one day, then act like they don't know me the next. Basically, inconsistent behavior, but it doesn't bother me too much. If you seem to be picking and choosing when you want to speak to me, then I'll pick for you and not speak to you. How I love lost. Due to being betrayed in all three of these groups, I just took out the word friend and just tossed all of them into associate. I also raised my standards for me to even care to call you an associate. Some family members that are real life related to me are associates, and they're stuck there since I do not care to rekindle anything deep. Some people I would have called friends back in the day are considered my brothers or just flat out family. Basically, if I ever call you fam or family, they do not take that lightly because I do not. That means I love you or have a lot of love for you. Associate is not an insult since it means I like you but you aren't family. I could even have love for you, but just not be close enough to you to call you family. The word friend is so toxic in 2023 it may as well be used as a synonym for enemy. If I use that word, it was an accident, and I try not to align myself with that in my vocabulary. So that's basically all I have to say. The people of today have ruined the word friend, and it's just no good in describing the good in someone. So it's just family and associates from this day out. And by the way, everybody that supports me on this platform is my family. All my subs are my family, and I truly love you all. You could be doing anything right now, anything, and instead, you are taking the time out to hear me out, and it means more to me than I could ever express. Thank you for the support, for real. I do this for me, but I still want you all to enjoy it. Much love. Oh, before I get up out of here, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, a comment, and share the video if you feel inclined to. Face signing out.